तो यार इस वीडियो की शुरुआत करते हैं शीरो से। इसको हम घर पे अकेले छोड़ के गए हुए थे, ये बहुत परेशान था। अभी अभी अपनी बोन से खेल रहा है और अब हम लोग चलते हैं वीडियो बनाने के लिए दोस्तों। तो यहाँ पर हम बनाएंगे वीडियो। ऑलराइट गाइस, वेलकम टू अनदर वीडियो। एंड इस वाले में हमने बात करनी है universities in Canada which offer you the highest ROI, basically highest return on your money for the cheapest amount of tuition. Remember, it is going to be different for different people, but over here what we are doing is a generic video based on my experience, based on the universities that I've sent so many students to in Canada. It is important that you understand कि यार दो पैरामीटर्स बहुत ज़्यादा यहाँ पर मैटर करते हैं. The first parameter is that look, your university should be well reputed. It should be able to get you the return on your investment that you are looking for, and it should be cheaper, because again, I understand that a lot of you guys are going for universities and you're paying for it by yourself, or you're taking up a loan from the banks, and it's not feasible to spend a lot of money, and that's completely okay and understandable as well, right? And I personally also took out a loan for my education. It's completely fine and everyone does it nowadays. And secondly, the important thing over here is that when you're going to Canada, there's one very important factor that most people miss, and a lot of consultants also miss this surprisingly. पता नहीं कैसे काम हो रहा है, but I have seen students who have gone to the university and then realized कि यार इस यूनिवर्सिटी में तो रिटर्न ऑन इन्वेस्टमेंट है ही नहीं, because we can't work after the university degree, we can't work after doing the diploma from there, we can't work after doing the bachelor's, master's, whatever degree it is, after doing it from there. That's because these universities are not PGWP approved. These universities should be PGWP approved, and what I mean by PGWP is postgraduate work permit should be allowed to, those universities should be able to give you a postgraduate work permit. That is the most important part over here, right? Now I'm going to be showing you a list of universities, and I'm going to be telling you about the pros and cons of which one you should go for, right? I'll be telling you the best ones, of course, and I'll tell you about this whole thing about the PGWP, because again, all the universities that we have selected over here, they're all PGWP approved only. No university which is not going to offer you the ROI is present in this video. So without further ado, let us begin. Alright, so first we're going to basically go onto the university section on the ymgrad.com website, and we're going to select Canada. You can also do that over here by selecting the country name as Canada, right? Once it comes in, you'll see there are a lot of universities in Canada, but again, no filters have been applied as of this point. We are only seeing the universities that are present in Canada. There really is no other metric as of now. Now what we're going to do is we're going to again select Canada over here as the country, and we're going to select the annual tuition fee below $30,000, right? And this is Canadian dollars as of now, because we're searching for universities only in Canada. Let me actually convert this, और आपको बताता हूँ what is the value in INR. So that's 30,000 CAD in INR, right? And you can see the value over here comes out to be around 17.5 lakhs per annum, right? This is okay, this is not a very small amount definitely, but at the same time it is a decent amount to continue your education and basically finish your education with. Every year you'll be paying somewhere around this mark or lesser only with the universities that we are going for. Alright, it can also be as low as $20,000, right? 20,000 Canadian dollars, which is around 10 lakh or 11 lakh rupees, right? You can actually do this by your own, and again, the filters are present over here, but what I feel is if you're going for Canada, 30,000 is still an okayish amount, and you can get decent universities with this. If you push to 20,000, I'll show you what happens later on, right? For now, it's $30,000, and living expenses I'm not including over here because everyone has different lifestyle choices. Some people like to basically spend a whole lot on their food or on their clothes or on things like that, on their laptops. Some people are just okay with the bare minimum also, so it depends completely on you, the kind of apartment you live in, how many people you're sharing it with, etc, etc, right? So we're not accounting for that. Now the University of British Columbia comes out to be on the top. Let me actually tell you, this university has a very low tuition fee. You'll see $9,000 over here, but again, it is more complicated than that. This is just an average, right? This is just an average for maybe the engineering program, right? For business programs, the tuition is going to be different, right? You have to understand this, right? Again, let me actually show you right over here. If you just choose this main campus, you will see the tuition of most of the programs over here, right? You can see the tuition is actually higher also for some of the programs, but depending on your program. For instance, if I type over here electrical and computer engineering, this is around $17,000 still. Okay, so if I type here computer science, you will see this is around $23,000 again. So The important part is this is still below $30,000 mark, and again, basically some of the programs are even offered at a much lower cost of around $9,000 as well. I've actually verified this on the UBC website. You can actually go ahead and do that as well. But for now, you can see that there are a lot of programs over here that they're offering, and again, depending on which program you're going for, you can see the tuition levels and everything. They will be right over here present on the website itself, right? So you don't really have to do a lot of research. The tuition levels are updated every year, so they are mostly accurate only, right? And apart from that, the other thing that I want to show you is other universities right over here, right? Let me just put on the filters once again. Okay, 1 second. Now that is done. Great. So the next one is McMaster University. Now, British Columbia, of course, has a very good reputation, so I would recommend applying to this one because, again, this would offer you the ROI you're looking for. But when it comes to McMaster University, please note one thing. It is located in Ontario, and Ontario is the hub of, amazing jobs. If you want to go to a place which has a lot of jobs, then Ontario is the place in Canada. So definitely the return on investment will be over here as well. McMaster University, again, one of the very good universities in the country of Canada, right? Then there's University of Montreal. Now this one, I would not recommend applying to this one straight away. Sometimes you can apply. My intuition behind this, I'll just explain that to you as well, is that this is in Quebec. A lot of things in Quebec are different, and the whole process, not only for the application but also for the visa applications and also for how you fly to the country, also for the PR, all of these things are a little bit different for Quebec. All right, these things work a little bit differently, and that's why I don't recommend applying to Quebec all the universities. But yes, you can definitely check if this program that you're going for is offered in English language, because a lot of this is in French in Quebec. So you can go ahead and you can check that, and on the basis of that you can apply. This is a good university, so definitely they will be offering programs in English. But again, there's a lot of universities in Quebec which don't offer programs particularly in English. Okay, again, like I said, all of these universities are universities where you will be able to work. The PGWP will be there after you graduate, so you don't need to worry about that bit. Okay, we've only added the decent universities over here. Now there's the University of Calgary. This is in Alberta, again decent province, and apart from that, the tuition is also very, very low. If you take a look at this is around 12,695. I think this is one of the favorite universities for people who are scoring somewhere around 70%, 75% in their bachelor's, right? Or if in their high school also, if you're applying for a bachelor's, right? So we can actually take a look at the tuition levels and everything over here. For business also, for undergrad also, you can check it on your own, right? The levels will be a little bit different also depending on what you're doing. You can take a look at all programs again, and you will find the tuition expenses per program also. You can see some of these are actually very low also. They're starting from $9,000. So we've only put an average over there. Some of these are higher also, right? So the average is around $12,000. All right. Now, apart from that, let's move on to the next one. That's the University of Ottawa. Ottawa, again, is a great university, and I would highly, highly recommend applying to it because, again, it is in Ontario, and again, like I said, it's the rule that the most jobs where the most jobs are, you want to move to that place only, because the return is definitely going to be there. You will not have trouble finding internships, having jobs, even when you're doing on-campus jobs. Hopefully this one can help you out, right? So again, this is a very, very good factor, and you should take this into account. Then there's the University of Victoria, again in British Columbia, good location, and apart from that, it's a good, decent university. The tuition, I feel, is a little bit higher as compared to the other universities that we're looking at. Okay, next comes the Simon Fraser University, and again, this is also a very good university. I feel the tuition is a little bit higher, but Simon Fraser it's sort of like it's been a favorite of a lot of students I know, and I know a lot of students have gotten into it that have worked with me as well, and I feel that Simon Fraser is definitely worth applying to if you are an international student. Then there's the Laval University. I personally, again, do not recommend applying to it because, again, the whole Quebec factor comes in, but still you can apply if you would like. Again, it's a cheap university with good ROI at the end of the day. Just make sure that your program is offered in the English language. Next, two of the great universities that I know. Dalhousie University is again a great university, good ROI. The only thing is it's located in Nova Scotia, so you have to take into account that the job opportunities will be a little bit lesser over there. But it's a decent university, and the tuition is also very, very decent. So I would recommend you check that out as well. Then there's the Queen's University, and this is also a great place to be. It's in Ontario. Again, the tuition fees is low, and I would recommend that you apply to this university as well because this is a decent university in Canada. All right. After this point, I feel we start going into the universities which are usually moderate to safe for most applicants. Even if your profile is somewhere around 65-70% in your bachelor's and you have a decent IELTS score, then you can basically bag universities like University of Manitoba. York University is a little bit more popular because, again, it is in Toronto, Ontario, and you can understand that because of its location itself, this will be a little bit more popular. And again, the competition also turns out to be a little bit higher just because of its location, that is Toronto, Ontario. This is the most popular location in Canada for jobs. So as you can understand, this will be a little bit ambitious, a little bit as compared to the other universities. But Again, after that, there's University of Guelph, there's Carleton. All of these are usually safer universities for most applicants, but you can definitely see based on your profile, this will change a little bit. Then there's the University of Quebec, Montreal, Saskatchewan. Then there's Concordia. Again, the Quebec location, I would say try to stay away from it, but Concordia in general is a good university, I know. But still, I would say stay away from it. Saskatchewan, again, decent university, but not a decent job market, I would say. All right. Then there's Memorial University of Newfoundland, Okash University, right, Sherbrooke. After this, Ryerson, New Brunswick, we basically come on to universities which are located in, good locations also. But at the end of the day, these are not very highly ranked. So yes, your ROI will be there, but we have only included these universities just because we understand that you guys are watching with different kinds of profiles. So someone who's watching with maybe a 6.0 or 6.5 CGPA, then these universities will be a good fit for you, because at the end of the day, they will basically help you get the ROI that you are looking for at the end of the degree. So you will be paying a decent amount, yes, but you will also get the return on your investment, and within 1 year only, I think you should be able to take off your loans, anything that you have taken up in that regard. All right. So apart from that, you can see these universities are also included over there, right? We have all the universities till the University of Lethbridge. All right, and this is the university where we have even gotten a PhD admit for students, who have 6.0 GPA and no research papers at all. So again, the universities are there for all kinds of students. You have to understand that. Again, you can rate your chances to see based on your profile which universities would be a good fit for you. For instance, right now my profile on the website is very, very strong, so the rating is also very strong, right? Based on that, it will give you suggestions if you can have any improvements in your profile. Now, all of this will be taken into account, and only on the basis of that you should apply to these universities. Again, like I said, just go onto this page on YamGrad, search for the country name Canada, and after that, make sure to apply these two filters, Canada and below $30,000. All right. With that, you should be good to go, and you should be able to select good universities. One more thing that I promised you I'll show you is that below $20,000 mark, what kind of universities you can expect. So you'll see that a lot of good universities kind of disappear over here as well, but below 20,000 you will still get decent universities in Canada, because again, like I showed you, a lot of universities had tuition around $15,000, $20,000 mark. But I would say you can be ready to pay a little bit. If you are able to pay a little bit higher, around 15-16 lakhs, then you can put the $30,000 mark. Otherwise, you can even go up below to the $15,000 mark. We have universities, these are also decent universities only. Again, the whole thing is that the tuition is a little bit lower, so you will find that some universities are excluded from this selection, right? So certainly less universities. And even below, if you are really you just don't want to spend a lot of money on the degree, then you can go for below $10,000 annual tuition fee, and you will find that there's a very few universities. And again, depending on your course or your program, this thing can also change. Like I said, this is just an average. We saw for British Columbia, most of the tuitions were actually higher than this number only, right? For Lethbridge, it may not be the case, but still, you can actually go ahead and check that out. Lethbridge is actually a little bit cheaper also, right? So anyway, I hope this video makes sense to you. I hope this helps you. And again, please bookmark this page. I will leave the link in the description. If you need any help at all, you can also take a look at the services page. And one more thing that I forgot to tell you about was you can actually check out the admits and rejects of the profiles, basically people who actually got into these universities. Basically, if you want to see what kind of people get into the University of British Columbia, you can go on and you can click on the admits rejects button, and you will see what kind of profiles got into this university, right? You can take a look at these things. And apart from that, I hope that you have a great day ahead. Please consider subscribing to the channel, because it helps me create more videos like this. I'll see you in the next one.